Hello and welcome again to another episode of the Long Gone Loser Rock Show's Waterfront Wednesdays. Today we're going to talk about one of the records that I feel is hugely underrated in the entire Waterfront catalogue. In fact, it's so underrated I never really hear people talk about this record, and that's a shame because it's awesome. I'm talking about Cremator's Homestyle Surgery. Homestyle Surgery is Damp 79 in the Waterfront catalogue. It was released in 1988, and they did have a tape before this called Evil Brew. There is a cassette tape. I've never heard that cassette tape. I'd love to hear that cassette tape. If anyone has a copy of this tape and you would like to rip it to MP3 for me, that would be awesome because I would love to hear it and I would really appreciate that. I'm always keen to hear like old demos and stuff like that of old Aussie bands. Just a huge advocate for Australian music, and I love documentation and all that sort of stuff. So if you do have a copy of that, I would love to hear it. But here is the only actual release outside of the demo tape, like the only vinyl release, and it's never been reissued on anything, and that's a real shame because this record needs to be heard by all. This was released in 1988, and the reason I got into this album was actually not because it was on Waterfront. I didn't know it was on Waterfront. I remember listening to Smash It Up on the radio, and they played a song off this EP, and it was actually a cover of the Charlie Daniels Band song, The Devil Went Down to Georgia. And at first moment I heard that, I was just like, what the fuck is this? Like, this is amazing. Like, this is punk rock, thrash, skate punk, hardcore, with bits of metal, with thrash violin. I'm not joking. Listen to this. So The Devil Went Down to Georgia was the song that got me hooked on Cremator. So immediately after I heard that song, I went to Seeing Ears and picked this up for $9.95. A 6-track EP. Starts off with a song called Butcher's Son, which is a great tune. Such a killer. And yeah, just a really good song. And then it goes into Beer and Violence, and then Devil Went Down to Georgia on that side. That is the end of side A. Side 2, you've got Value, Funerals, Burn All Right, and a song which they call Creme Rap, which is like a really short song, which I guess is like Cremator's version of rap. But it's yeah, it's kind of a throwaway track, but whatever. Now, at the inside, we have all these photos. There you go. Pretty cool. And you get the lyrics. I always laughed at this. Poon's Head Studios. I wonder if that studio is still going. Poon's Head Studios. I've never Googled it. I probably should and check it out. Or I wonder who lives there now. It's in East Fremantle. So anyway, on the other side, we have these photos and stuff. And there's a guy wearing a Speak English or Die SOD shirt down there, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I just remember getting this record and being blown away by like just how good it was. And of course, I never got to see them. They weren't around a very long time. There is the labels. There you go. And the other side there. This band rules. The guitarist and vocalist, Bevan Wilkinson, he went on to be in that band Rust. If you've never heard them, you can check them out on Bandcamp and stuff like that. He's done a few bands, actually. And yeah, you can check that out. Jump online to Bandcamp, and he has his own Bandcamp page with a lot of his stuff on there. Chris Owen, the guitarist, not sure what he went on to do, if anything. John Cook has unfortunately passed away. According to what I could find online, he was hitchhiking to Sydney and got hit by a truck and died instantly, which is really unfortunate. Like, that sucks. That's just such a shame. The drummer is none other than Mr. Russell Hopkinson. Rusty went on to be in Nursery Crimes and also is now drumming for the legendary UMI. Check out this band photo. How cool is that band photo? That is awesome. And it doesn't stop with the band photo. Look, there's Rusty. It doesn't stop there. Like, how good is this cover artwork? This cover artwork looks like something you would see on one of those like total indie underground black metal bands out of Scandinavia or something like that. Awesome small town in Germany or something. But Homestyle Surgery, I love it. I love this cover art. It's cheesy. It's great. It's totally misleading in a way. Like, someone might pick this up and think it was going to be black metal or something. It's not. It's great, like metal punk, skate punk, whatever you want to call it. But it's really good. It's such a great record. And like I said, I don't hear a lot of people talk about Cremator, which is a shame because I feel that they should be talked about all the time. Such a good band. Really good band. I don't know how readily available it is. I like it though. I think it's a really good EP, and if you can find it, I would suggest picking it up. You know, it's a shame that this is all that we got from them besides the demo tape, which, like I said, I don't have. But this is the only Waterfront release. And yeah, it's a great one. What do you think of Cremator? Anyone who's listened to this record, who likes this record, or has, if you saw this band live, tell me what were they like? Did they have the thrash violin going off and all that sort of stuff on stage? Like, tell me what your experience seeing Cremator was like. I never got to see them, obviously, but I would love to hear from those who did. So yeah, leave a comment if you saw Cremator live. And also, what do you think of this EP? Let me know. Let me know in the comments, because I really like this EP. And I feel it's one of those records that just stands out on the Waterfront catalogue because they don't really sound like any of the other Waterfront bands. But yeah, such a good record. So there we go. That is a look at Homestyle Surgery by the band Cremator out of Perth, released in 1988 on Waterfront Records. Thank you so much for watching another episode of the Long Gone Loser Rock Show's Waterfront Wednesdays. I'll be back again with another video soon. Take care of each other, look after yourselves, and go buy some records. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.